transgender ideology is cutting the breasts off of minors and genitally mutilating them. I don't see.
Hell, are you people so obsessed with people's genitals? I don't understand. All of you white privileged fake Christians run around with your gold crosses and you voted for a convicted felon. And it's the trans people. 41,000 people died from gun violence last year. 41,000. Nothing from you about that. 14 million kids go to school hungry. Nothing about that. Officers died after January 6th. Nothing about that. Senator Hortman and her husband and her damn dog died. Nothing about that. 42 million people need tax dollars just to eat. Nothing about that. 3 people own half the wealth of this country. Nothing about that. But somehow the trans. Why is it you have this perpetual addiction to being the white victim? You people preach Jesus, and yet you're literally the opposite of what he stood for. You run around finding the worst possible scenario and seeing the speck in everybody else's eye. And you don't even care about the log in your own. You are modern day Pharisees. That's it. Tampons in bathrooms, DEI, CRT, because God forbid we teach about actual history, not white history that you people think. You call this a Christian nation, but when you're asked about slavery, Jim Crow, the genocide of Native Americans, the Middle Passage, Asian internment camps, women couldn't vote, black people couldn't vote or sit in a church, you never want to talk about that. But you'll talk about the Second Amendment, but only part of it not well regulated. You people live in this fictitious Truman Show universe where your entire pitiful life is spent being the goddamn victim of every little culture war because you're afraid of a white minority. I'm the victim of everything. I'm scared of my own shadow. And then you take the racist podcaster who was the victim of a school shooting and you put him on Air Force 2 and you create a holiday for him and you act like he's Jesus Christ himself. The guy that literally said that black people aren't qualified as pilots. Somehow that's your white savior. He stood for the white male patriarchy. And so do you, ma'am, and many people like you. Have yourself a white day and shove your gold cross right up your ass next to your orange Jesus.